Hello everybody and welcome to this replay. Today we have Thoo versus Xixi. I'm just gonna call him Xixi, much simpler for us all. Anyway, yeah, there actually are observers, so that's very nice. Just so I can have the fog of war turned on. So it's a Night Elf versus Night Elf, it's a mirror matchup. I personally am not one of those people that likes mirror matchups, usually because they tend to be boring. Two players tend to mirror one another. I mean, sure, you can say that that's a true test of skill and whatnot, but I don't really care that much for skill or for tournaments or for anything of a kind. To me, all that is important is that the game is interesting to watch, that it's a fun replay, and I will always favor those replays which are interesting to watch, so to say, over like, let's say, finals or something of a kind. But usually they're one and the same, so there's no problems there. There are no problems there. Wow, look at this. For fuck's sake, how close can you build to these creeps without aggroing them? This is ridiculous. I would never be able to do this, to build it this close. I mean, this is just experience here, or trial and error, I suppose. Same thing, whichever way you want to look at it. Wisp being placed here, I wonder why. Perhaps he's going to go for the second Ancient of War. Oh, we have Priestess of the Moon as a first hero. So is it gonna be the same? No, of course not. I mean, it's a DH up here. Who would go for Priest of the Moon first? I wonder, usually that's something you see in the 2v2 games, for that aura effect, mass hunts, and I don't know with what race are you playing in combination, what your partner is, but generally it helps both players up. Exchanging wisps, I suppose, Xixi wisps is a bit faster, but I don't think that matters almost at all. Do they have the same creeping pattern? Yes, it would seem that they pretty much are doing the same thing, both of them, except he's repairing this Ancient of War with a Wisp, while on the other hand, Thoo is not. He's just eating trees and destroying this force here. Xixi must have seen this Priest of the Moon. Now he's wondering what on earth is Thoo up to. Why would he go for a Priest of the Moon? But I suppose that's what you get when you play versus a human player that plays as a Night Elf. You never know really what to expect. They usually don't tend to go for standard things or anything of a kind. Rather, instead, they like to try new things out. And that is what I favor the most in replays. I do believe that most people will agree with me on that matter. But we'll see. This DH just reached level 2, has claws of attack +6. Not terribly important on him, but it does him some good. Probably would do more good on the Priest of the Moon, but what did she get? She got a Ring of Protection. Okay, not the best of items for that bottom. I mean, she could have taken so many other better things, but oh well. That's how the wheel turns. That's your luck in life. No need to slaughter the animals, since Night Elf versus Night Elf matchup. The animals will survive and will stay safe during this fight. Unless there's like a massive AoE or something, but doubtful. Anyway, he's ahead of him in terms of level. The Priest of the Moon did not manage to reach level 2, and that is so damn sad. I mean, it's not terribly important that she does, but eventually it gets to you. I mean, yeah. Tree of Life still, no upgrades, no tech, nothing. Tree of Ages being upgraded here. What do we have? Huntress Hall. Double Ancients of War. Ooh, I wonder, are we going to see mass hunts? Most likely yes, because it's a double Ancient of War with Huntress Hall and Tier 1. Oh, Thoo is now on a timer. The time is definitely not on his side. He needs to make it work. He needs to make something happen here. He needs to make this worth his while. He needs to punish Xixi really fucking bad for taking. Otherwise, if he lets him breed, he's gonna be at the losing end of this match. Strength. So not the best of items for that bottom. I don't think she's gonna bother coming back for it. There's no point. Oh, finish the creeps, my good man. Finish it. Why? There's literally no reason why you shouldn't. Oh, there's a Wisp in the base. He can always come back for the creeps, but the Wisp detonates. I mean, you're not playing versus a noob here. You are playing versus Xixi, so you should know better. But I suppose he just wanted to deny scouting. She does take those gauntlets of strength, but does not finish off the creeps. Not that I've seen anyway. And it's not Searing Arrow, surprisingly. It's an Owl Scout. That Owl Scout is now directed straight towards Xixi's base. He's not going to see much here. It's going to see pretty much the same thing that he has seen before. But all these archers, they will, the Shadow Meld will not be available. So that's definitely an advantage when you can Shadow Meld and your opponent cannot, unless the DH takes some Dust of Appearance, and that is exactly what he did. So I'm not sure how good those Searing Arrows, the Owl Scout actually is, how wise of a choice that was, but I suppose we will have to just wait and find out. Will we actually be able to clean this whole creep camp out, or will the Drake be left? Most likely the Drake will be left, as it would take too much time for that Priest to the Moon to just solo this Drake out. She would need to pull him out here and then come back here, but he cannot afford it. The time is not on his side. Xixi is tier 2 and Ancients of Lore are coming. Those Ancients of Lore, when they start losing those Dryads, they're going to start wreaking havoc on these Huntresses. That's not going to be good. And Tree of Life, oh my god, Thoo, for fuck's sake, you are not playing human. Look at this, he's using exactly the same strategy. I mean, there's like literally no difference. Go, expand quickly, stay on tier 1 for a while longer, sacrifice tiers for, sacrifice tech for expansion, survive, but Night Elf towers are not as nearly as good as human towers are. I mean, you can build them really fast, repair them as well, whilst on the Night Elf side, yeah, you can repair them of course as well, but the build time is significantly different. I mean, the build time is different and the cost is different. A ton load of factors are involved in it. Okay, Thoo is now making a push. He must punish Xixi. I mean, if he does not, the expansion is in an extremely unfavorable spot.
A player's forces
it is very close to Xixi's base. The only thing keeping it alive for the moment is basically the fact that Xixi doesn't know about it, but he will know about it very soon, and the fact that Xixi is probably not yet ready to push, as his production facilities still didn't kick in. They're just producing their first units now. After that, these Huntresses will be slaughtered, and this expansion will most likely go down. There's a Wisp, it sees everything that's going on here. We have a skirmish here on the map. Actually, no, this is not a skirmish, this is a full-on engagement. But these Huntresses are gonna get slaughtered here, my good man. The Panda is there, doesn't have Breath of Fire yet, but soon. I look at the miss. These Huntresses are they just keep on missing. Just one Dryad, 2 Huntresses went down. Second Dryad, actually, still making the best of it and making a relatively good exchange, but this Panda is gaining up on levels, and that can be very problematic. I mean, that Breath of Fire can clean this up. Level 2 Breath of Fire and level 1 Drunken Haze, they can do wonders versus these hunts. I mean, quite literally. Do we have tech coming in? No, we do not have tech. We just now have a Wisp transfer. No, he's opting not to transfer the Wisps. 1-1 upgrades on those hunts, I imagine. Yes, indeed. They're going to be 1-1 very soon. Wisp transfer just now coming in. 2 there, 1 here. I imagine he's going to make 2 more, and that's going to saturate that mine. Now, Xixi is on a timer. He needs to make a push for it. Otherwise, if he's allowed, if Thoo is allowed to have that expansion functional for long enough, he's going to catch up in terms of tech, and he's going to have an extra gold mine. Not something you want to have. Robe of Magi, bonus to intelligence. Oh man, this... Well, she does have some good items, some useless items, but all in all, not bad. It's a level 4 bottom. She's on her way to level 5. Quite a bit of attack bonus here, +4 from that aura, but that's, I mean, it might not seem a lot on one unit, but keep in mind that's +4 across the board, so all of these units have +4. And Thoo is looking, I'm pretty sure that he doesn't want to engage in a full-on battle, but he does want to distract Xixi for a while. He's willing to sacrifice a unit or 2 for that. It looks like he's not sacrificing anything, he's the one killing units. He just lost 2 hunts. That panda is now level 3. That's gonna be the end for those hunts. I mean, you can either TP out of here or lose everything. Looks like he's gonna opt to lose everything, but he is exchanging, he is trading. He's not allowing Xixi to just take units for nothing. And I'm afraid Thoo actually trade. Not a bad trade for Thoo, considering that he had hunts. Look at all these bodies. Just look at this. This is ridiculous. Plus the creep camp as well. It's been a bloody mess. He actually TP to his expansion. There are 2 towers there, so this expansion is safe for the moment. He won't be able to take it down, not with this anyway, and not with Thoo actually coming in with his forces as well. Although he might consider producing some additional wisps. They could be handy in repairing these towers. He does not want to lose them. If he loses them, this is not going to end well. He will not be able to do anything with just this army. And he needs to fight in the proximity of those towers. He should not be fighting outside here. This is the most disadvantage. I mean, this is a fair... he's at a disadvantage here. He needs to go closer to the towers here and do some... Yep, he's producing extra wisps, just as I said, just for the repairing purposes, even though that Panda's Breath of Fire will probably take them down. What is important is for those towers to survive, not for those wisps to survive, because you can replenish wisps relatively fast, and it doesn't make a difference. But oh, Panda almost went down, but he had a healing potion standing by. The bottom is relatively bad on health. She is revealed, so she cannot shadow melt. This Huntress shadow melded whilst being revealed, so that's never a good idea. Should repair this front tower as well somehow. I mean, he has the wisp from the mine that he can take. He does not want to lose it. If he loses it, that could be detrimental for him. Wrong shot. Should have shot the... should focus on these Dryads. Don't think that this DH will go down anytime soon. Bottom almost level 5. Are we going to see Starfall at level 6? Because, I mean, this game, judging by what I see thus far, there's an expansion, there's a both bases are functional, armies are, well, they're not equal, but those capable of holding him off. Doesn't seem like it's gonna end anytime soon, even though Xixi is pressing on. He knows he's at a disadvantage, and look at this, Thoo has now attacked, wow, triple Ancients of Lore. He has the gold to support it, I guess, from that extra income. This is I feel that Xixi is battling with time. He is a tier ahead of Thoo, but I'm afraid that is just not going to cut it. If he cannot break this expansion, he cannot win this game. He needs to break it completely, take it down, and then he's gonna have a chance this game.
The town is under siege.
But oh man, he's catching a bear in open. But he's not gonna kill him. There are plenty of wound walls there. They're gonna be able to heal him up, and plus there's rejuvenation on that bear. He's gonna stay alive for quite a while longer. Only adept bears, soon to be master trained bears. And those master trained bears are gonna start. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be pretty difficult to take them down with only hunts. He really needs these lures to become operational. He even has a glaive thrower in here. What is he going to produce? He's going to produce Dryads. Strangely enough, he's not going for tier 3. I mean, he really should, so he can be on par with Tech and plus 7 expansion. That would be, I mean, ruinous for Xixi not be able to fight that. And Thoo now knows that he cannot engage him here, not with all these bears. Towers take down one Dryad, a bit of missed micro, I suppose. Other Dryads being badly damaged, 2 of them pretty low on health. It looks like this expansion, Wisps detonating one by one. He's not allowing him to do use a Breath of Fire. Panda is completely out of mana. This Tree of Life will go down. Thoo, meanwhile, was in the base. And I mean, he hasn't taken down any too significant buildings. He's taken down a shop, which can be painful at the time. A Moonwell. And now he's after this Ancient of 4, but not sure how wise of an idea that is with a level 4 Panda there, and with low health Huntresses. This army is on the way as well. I believe the Owl Scout saw it, and Thoo decided to retreat. And now Thoo is in problems. He has these triple Ancient of Floors, 1600 gold, pretty much no lumber. What is he doing? Where is he spending all his resources? I do not know, honestly, where did all that lumber go? Maybe upgrades or something of a kind? Yes, no upgrades here, none that I can see. On the Dryads, perhaps? None on the Dryads either. I really do not understand. Where did he spend all his lumber? Interesting. Now we have a level 5 bottom, and look at this, plus 14 damage on her. Dryads are getting plus 5. Huntresses are getting plus 6. A glaive throwers. What is the glaive thrower going to get? I cannot see because the Cinnamon apparently deciding to go and buy some things, an inform pot and some scrolls of healing. Very nice, but 2 scrolls of healing on 1 hero, never a good idea. Well, I mean, obviously you're gonna use them at a certain point of time, but it's gonna take a while before you can use the second one. Plus 19 damage on this Priest of the Moon now, quite a lot. Look at this plus 16 on the glaive thrower. I love it when you have bottom and then you're in a 2v2 game where you have morts on your side as well. You do such incredible damage boosts, it's ridiculous. First red creep camp attempt. Xixi is attempting to creep it, but I'm afraid that his attempt went without success. Perhaps Thoo is gonna give it a shot. No, he won't. He knows that Xixi is nearby. This is a standoff. At this point of time, Xixi just producing bears, nothing else. Is he upgrading them? Yes, he is. There are 1/1 bears. Oh, very nice. I'm afraid that that Xixi will have an advantage in this fight. Thoo only has upgrades on these huntresses, which is not much, I'm afraid. Double Ancients of War, they're making their way here. Another attempt at an expansion? Perhaps, I do not know. Moonwell, additional Moonwells coming in. Triple Ancients of War is still standing here, doing nothing. 1300 gold, 185 lumber. So still he's low on lumber. Okay, he's increasing. He's doing some upgrades, but I cannot imagine why. You're a Tree of Ages. You need to go to Tree of Eternity. You need those Master Train Bears. I suppose they don't mix well with the Priests of the Moon. A Talon would be very nice in this composition, but unfortunately he doesn't have one. And this Priest of the Moon definitely should not be up in the front. You're not going to be able to take these bears down. Not with what you have. No fucking way. Not in a million years. Thoo is he's trying to outmaneuver him, but that's not going to happen. Breath of Fire coming in. All those huntresses. Oh my god. So many corpses. Even a glaive thrower down. And now Xixi is going to clean this red creep camp out. He has 4/4 in his heroes. And is any of them going to reach level 5? I'm afraid not if they stay together, perhaps, but doubtful. 2 Ancients of War coming to this expansion here. Xixi sees it. I would not bet that this will work. What was the drop? Medallion of Courage, so not bad at all. 4/4 still on those heroes. Damn, one of them should go and clean. There aren't any creep camps available. There's like a dragon here and this red creep camp. Whoever, if Xixi could claim this, he would have 5/5. I think, maybe. I'm not certain if DH would reach 5, but Panda for sure. Thoo making a run by is just pulling Xixi's army away until he can have this expansion running and operational. What units is he building? I mean, nothing. He is building something now. More Dryads now. Still a Tree of Eternity. Out of resources. He's still mining, of course, but level 1 upgrades on these Dryads. You should really consider upgrading the attack further. It would mix really well with that aura, and he needs more DPS to take these bears down. He needs to be able to take them down really fucking fast. A Naga Sea Witch level 3 would do wonders for him at this point of time, but I'm afraid that he just can't afford it, and he has opted to go for a single hero. Maybe he will change his mind at a certain point of time of this game, but I honestly doubt it. 6 bears in total, so a very good number, and I do believe they're 1/1 in bear form while they're in the Druid of the Claw form. I cannot see the upgrades. in the base, Ancient Protectors. He knows that Thoo is making run-bys and he wants to force him back. Holy shit. He's upgrading those bears further. They're gonna be so fucking powerful. Oh man, I feel this is just a slow death for Thoo. What is the building Ancient of Wonders? Did you not have a shop until now? I suppose there was no need for it. This expansion still didn't begin mining. And Xixi's army is on the move. Let's have a look at those bears. They're 2-1.
Player's forces are under attack.
Now, all he needs is a third upgrade. Oh man, and these bears will become ridiculously strong. I mean, maxed out bears, not something you want to encounter, especially when you don't have a hard counter for them. Oh man, a couple of the talents would do wonders for him, but no, Breath of Fire, not particularly useful at this point of time. 2 hunts go down at the same time, and level 5 Panda. Very nice. He's not focusing down on these bears, he's just trying to kill the Dryads in the far back. But he sacrificed his position to do so, and I'm afraid he is losing units in the process. The only thing that he's going to be able to take these bears down with the Dryads alone, that's going to be very difficult for him to do. Still +6 damage from that aura. Level 6 now, Priest of the Moon. She can make a run-by into Xixi's base and do a Starfall, do a significant amount of damage, and just TP out. If she can do a Staff of TP, that would be very nice, but apparently no. Tower being placed here. It's going to be taken down by these Ancients of War. This gold mine finally mining now. Stu's second attempt at an expansion. It's now functional. And what is Thoo going to do with these Dryads? They're not being upgraded any further. They're just being masked. And these bears are 2-1. I imagine it's going to be 3-1 or 2-2. One of the two anyway. And there we go. That power Ancient Protector goes down. Now he needs to stay. This tree needs to stay alive. I mean, if it does not stay alive, he's not going to be able to defend. He's not going to be able to continue this game, and it looks like it's going to go down versus these very powerful bears. Does he have a staff preservation? Yes, he does. Those whips get raped completely. Now that the expansion went down, he can safely TP away. He's no longer under timer pressure, something like that. And Thoo now finds himself in a bit of a predicament. Where is his tree? Okay, it's walking towards an expansion. Not sure how good of an idea that is, considering the fact that you cannot rival Xixi's army in the field. I mean, he can just come and snipe it back again, just as he did with the previous building. Perhaps he can surround it with Ancients of War, but does not have the resources to do so at the moment. He has the nature upgrade, so that Tree of Ages is moving relatively fast, but he's still significantly behind in terms of tech. Sadly, we're not gonna see 3-3 bears. I was hoping to see those beasts in action, but apparently not. Xixi doing pretty much the same thing. He's moving down towards an expansion, but his expansion is a lot safer. I mean, it's not like you can come and snipe Tree of Eternity with Dryads. It's something that just doesn't really happen. I suppose technically you could, but not really. He's moving Ancients of Lore as well to provide additional protection. I imagine he's going to place them along this route here to make a surround a lot more difficult. Should probably move these Ancients of War and have them hug this Tree of Ages. Could be quite efficient. At 5-5, this is a fucked up situation. I can see a Starfall in action. Yeah, there we go. These buildings are now under the effect of rape. I mean, 2 Dryads unfortunately finding themselves here. I think they're both gonna get killed. Apparently one will survive with the help of those Moonwells. I'm not sure that Xixi wants to fight this battle. He does have Moonwells though. That's something that works in his favor. Does he have a TP? Yes, he does have a TP. He has an inland pod. That Priest of the Moon still has life in her. A TP? Oh, you greedy bastard! What is the matter with you? It's just so painful to see. Oh well, we have seen a Starfall in a pro game. I suppose that's gonna count for something. If he only TP'd, he would have been in such a fantastic position. You just need to come in and do the same thing one more time, and that would have been pretty much the end of Xixi's base. He could have opted for a base race, but no, that damn greedy fuck too. Why would you do that? Panda level 6 though, that would have been impossible to kill with the composition that he had. In any case, this is Chronic Lack of Care signing out. Till next time.